Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's 9:59 on Friday, July 11th, 2025. Can you even believe that? Yes, I can. Anyway, just a little bit to go before we officially start. I'm just checking to make sure I have everything. I'm so excited about this second card that I'm going to show you. Oh my gosh, it's so cute, adorable, adorable. So if you're with me, if you're watching either on Facebook or YouTube, please post a comment so I can see who's with me this morning. And we'll get started as soon as my clock ticks to 10, which is almost now. Let's see. Can you pop on and say hello? I got some notes up here that some people are watching but not putting a message on. That's okay if you don't want a message. Okay, it is 10 o'clock. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Fun Stamping on Friday morning. Here we are in Franklin, Massachusetts. It's a little bit cloudy, overcast, but hopefully the weather's going to improve because tomorrow we have our big family annual party. One of our big parties. Anyway, okay, so let's get started. Let me get this over here and show you what we're going to do. So first of all, this is our first week in our Christmas in July series. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning. Thank you for popping on. And so I'm going to start with this card and explain about this card. But just to explain the whole process, every single Friday I will show you one card that is appropriate for the holidays. And when you come to class on Monday or Tuesday of the following week, or if you want to do some setups that I send you, you just let me know how many of those that you want. So by come November, you're going to have a nice little stack of Christmas cards or holiday cards, whatever you want, and you won't have the panic of getting cards at I'm not even going to say the other names of those stores because we don't purchase stuff from them. Anyway, you'll have a nice little collection and assortment of beautiful cards to send to the people that you love. All right, so let's get started. Let me take this out of the way first. So this is number one. This is our Christmas. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning. How are you doing? Leslie is my dear friend in New Hampshire who has moved her studio to her home now. After many, many years of working in her community, she now has brought everything to her home to downsize a little bit, right, Leslie? A little bit? Whatever. Anyway, welcome, welcome. So this is the first one that we're going to do. And what I used is the Christmas Classics Christmas Classic stamp set and the dies that go along with this. So the first thing is, and this isn't a cello bag, and I'm going to try to not get the glare on the bag so you can see it. But anyway, it starts out with a white base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I took a layer of cherry cobbler, 5 1/4 by 4. And then I took a layer of shimmery white. Now, I don't think we sell shimmery white anymore, but I love it. And I don't know if you can see it on camera. Probably not. But this is a beautiful, subtle, very subtle paper, but it's got a nice little bit of sparkle to it. So I took that, and then I took the Winter Snow embossing folder and embossed it. And then I took these 3 dies from the Christmas Classics set and used them. So this is the first one that I used. This is a very easy card to create. So I took this and I took some shaded spruce design cardstock and ran it through to get this image. Downsize for sure. Spend more time with your granddaughter. I got that, Leslie. I understand that. She's a cutie, by the way. And so then the next thing I did was I took a piece of, again, the shimmery white cardstock, and I cut out this after I stamped the Season's Greetings. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but the Season's Greetings is shiny. And what I did was the old trick of taking your stamp, dipping it into your Versamark, then dipping it into your cherry cobbler ink, stamp it, and then put clear embossing powder clear embossing powder on top and heat set it, and then it comes out looking like that. And then of course the berries are all punched out. I actually used I used one from the die, but these, but I also then took cherry cobbler and my larger punch and just punched a bunch of those out. And then I took this little die and cut out 2 layers of gold leaves, and that is it. And then on the inside I did Happy Holidays to you and yours with a little holly and berries on the side. And of course, the envelope always has to be decorated. So that's what we're doing for next week for our first Christmas in July. All right, so that's that. So now let's get to this fun, whimsical card. When I saw this stamp set, I said, I absolutely have to have it. It's so too darn stinking cute, adorable. I can't even find enough words to say how cute this is. So this one says, pop, pop, pop. No one's better than you. Isn't that adorable? And I didn't put anything on the inside yet, but I will when I decide what who's going to get it. But let me just show you how to do this. This is a lot. It's fun. There's some cute little things that you have to do. So let's just start. So the first thing is, I'm going to take a piece of basic white cardstock, and it's the 8.5 by 5.5, scored it at 4.5 and folded it. So there is my base. So then the next thing I'm going to do is take a piece of real red, a piece of Daffodil Delight, and a piece of basic black. And I am going to adhere them all together. So the black goes on top of the daffodil. Yeah, grandchildren are the best. The absolute best. Our family party tomorrow, we're having our family, most of the family can come. Of course, my Arizona people can't come, but John in New Hampshire can't come because he's doing some clinical work this weekend. And then, but Abby is coming, so we're going to go pick Abby up. After I finish my live, we're going to get in the car and go to Concord, New Hampshire, and pick her up and bring her down. And there'll be a lot of other people. My family from Amherst, Massachusetts are coming as well. And so it's just going to be a fun time. So anyway, here's this. And now this is going to go on to my real red cardstock like that. Equidistant, north, south, east, west. You know how I make sure it has to be perfect. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to take a piece of the white cardstock. And this is 5 by 3 3/4. I think it is. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, Caroline, good morning. No, I apologize. This is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Silly me. Let me just make sure that's going to fit on here properly. And it is. It is. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little kernels of popcorn and I am going to just stamp randomly hither and yon. So here's one, and let's just put this one up here, then maybe put another one down here. Then I'm going to take this other little kernel of corn, and I'm going to put, oops, what am I doing on my silicone pad? I don't need that, silly me. Okay, that, and then I'm going to have one peeking out on the side, and then another one maybe right here. And then I think I'll just do one more on the bottom. Now, the message on this, in the stamp set, it says, popping, I'll show you. It says, popping in to say hello, no one's better than you, enjoy and pop. I am going to use popping in to say hello, but message you about the card kits. Okie dokie, I'll check that after this is over. Thank you, Leslie. So for this one, I'm going to make this a birthday card. So instead of saying popping by to say hello, I'm just going to say popping by to say, but I don't want the hello on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask it, and I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm sure there are lots of other ways that people can do it, but this is how I am going to do it. What did I do with my little Post-it note? I had a little Post-it note here. Well, we'll just, oh, here it is right here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, I'm going to take this Post-it note, and I am going to mask this up. I'm going to put it on here, so I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cover this up because I don't want the word hello to be stamped. So I'm just going to do this like this, and I do it like this. I want to make sure that it does not at all get any ink on it. So I just put it like that. All right, now I'm going to take my memento. Let me get this out of the way, these extra scraps. And I'm going to come in and stamp it. Then I'm going to take this off. I'm going to take this right off. There we go. So now the hello doesn't have anything on it, no ink on it at all. And now I'm going to come in, just give it a little huff to make sure it's got enough ink there. And I'm going to stamp it right here, popping in to say. How cute is that? Then the inside of the card is going to have a little birthday message. I'm not going to show you that yet, but I will in a moment. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to get the bottom of this done. See, here's my sample right here. And you can see the little film strips because obviously this is a card for somebody going to the movie theater. So these little film strips are absolutely adorable. I have already gone and cut them out. Now, what I'm going to tell you is that when I do this in my class, instead of using Tombow, which I'm going to use right now, we are going to be using, I'm going to put the Sizzix strips, adhesive strips behind it, because as you can see, these are little tiny frames like that, and it's a little tedious, but not a big deal. So I'm going to take my Tombow, and I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this. And I did think of another little trick with this, and I'll explain when I get this on. All right, let me get a little bit more over here, just a little bit. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put this on. I'm going to start on the left and get it right to the left side and to the bottom of this. There we go. Like that. All right. Now, I'm going to take the next one. Whoops. They're so cute. Yeah, yeah, Leslie, that has happened to me so many times, taking the mask off. But once you get it, it's really kind of a clever little trick. And I don't know if there's probably other ways to do it, but that's the only way I know how to do it. Well, let's say that's the only way I know how to do it successfully and be happy with the results. Okay, so there's the second one. How stinking cute is that? Now I'm going to get number 3. And of course, you know, I have a reason that I'm going to make this into a birthday card, because it's my granddaughter's birthday, my older granddaughter's birthday. She turned 20, but she has a job now at the Amherst Cinema in Amherst, Mass, where she lives. And how appropriate is this card going to be for her to get a cute little card like this, since she works right at a cinema? I mean, how stinking cute. So you could give this as a birthday card and include some tickets to a movie, and on the inside make a little gift card holder. Wouldn't that be stinking cute? That's actually what I'm doing with this, and I'll show you. All right, so now this one has to go on, but as you can see, it doesn't have to go all the way over, so I'm just going to put it like that. And then I'm going to take my little snipperinis, and whoops, to make sure this is perfect here. And we're just going to clip this right off because we don't need that section. Dawn Hill, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Friday morning stamping. Where are you from, Dawn? What state are you from? Or if you want to share that with us, that's fine. And if you don't, that's okay too. All right, so there is that. Now the next thing is to put the colors in. So as I said before, what I have learned, what I'm going to do when I prep for everybody, I am going to double cut these because it will be so much easier. So I'm going to take a piece of black, and I'm going to take a piece of red cardstock and line them up, and take the die, this little film strip die right here, and cut it out. And if I whoops, Barbara. Okay, there's a whoops. And if I run it 2 or 3 times through the Stampin' Cut machine, it will come out very nicely, and it'll save me a little bit of time. But for right now, I need to put these on. So I'm just going to put some adhesive right here, some Tombow right here, just like that. And then I'm going to put this one. And the nice thing is these things fit in exactly perfectly because they've been cut out from that framelit that is exactly that size. So there is the real red. Here is the Daffodil Delight. How cute is that? Here's another real red. And then here is another Daffodil Delight. And so again, we have to trim this off. And I saw a little bit of oozing there, so I'm going to run over to my table and get my, whoops! My husband just vacuumed down here, and now I'm making a mess on the floor. Wait a minute, I got to get my Vancouver. Oh, wonderful! Another Canadian friend. Woohoo! So happy. I have 3 Canadian friends. Well, I have more than that probably, but you people pop on Friday and say hello to me, and it makes me feel very happy that we're far apart, but yet we're not. So thank you and welcome. Okay, so there, I just took that off with a little tiny bit, little tiny angle of the baby wipe, and that's gonna dry and that's gonna be absolutely fine. So look at how cute this is so far. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my red and I'm going to take the word pop and we're just gonna put pop all over here. Like this, just to make it look really cute, adorable. Okay, there's 5. That works for me. I can't find my little tiny block. I don't know where it's gone. Anyway, that's that. Now I'm going to show you what I did for the popcorn box. Now, the stamp itself is, where is it? Here it is, right here. The stamp itself is 1 stamp. All right, so there's the, whoops, sorry. There's the popcorn box with the popcorn inside. So what I wanted to do, obviously, is to have, let me show you the card again, is to have the popcorn box and then the popcorn coming out of it. So I stamped it twice. Here is the popcorn box with the popcorn, and then I just stamped the top. So then I cut them out with the die, and here they are. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my snips, and I'm just going to come in and cut out the kernels from this box. Now, if I wanted to save this, which I'm not going to, because I want a red box, but I could have stamped the whole thing. All right, so there is that. Now what I'm going to do is add a little bit of Tombow to the red popcorn, like this. How easy is this? How cute is this too? I just think this is one of the stinking cutest cards. And then I'm going to put it right on top of the red corn, and you cannot even tell. Whoops, 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 whoops. There we go. All right, let me get this wiped off. All right. And let me bring this down just a little bit to hide that corn. Tying that there. Perfect. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some dimensionals to this. I know, Dawn, it's so cute. You know, it's just amazing what people do. The artists in our company and Stampin' Up! Create these beautiful things. They are true artists. I am a great copier. I love to copy. Sometimes I come up with something original, but well, actually, this is sort of original as far as I'm concerned because it's for a birthday. I'm late to your party, Jan. I know. Well, when are you actually moving, Jan? Jan is my other Canadian friend, and Beth, her daughter, is my other Canadian. So now I have 3, Dawn, Beth, and Jan. When are you moving? Do you know when you're moving, Jan, the actual date? Okay. All right, let me, whoops, get this off. Here we go. Ooh, these are really sticky papers. All right, so now I'm going to put this on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it so that it's not in, I'm going to put it up like right, I think right here. Yeah, this is good. Actually, I'm going to cover up that pop, and I'll tell you why. There we go. Perfect. I'm very happy with that. So now I have the cute little sneakers to put on my popcorn box. Now, if you notice on my original card, the 22nd, oh, okay, you are a very, very busy woman. All right, so if you notice on here, the little sneakers, they're kind of on the film frame cells, so I really wanted to move it up so you could see the sneakers better. So I'm going to take some adhesive, and I'm going to take some Tombow. Yep, let's go. We'll use Tombow. When like I said, I will use the Sizzix. I'll use the Sizzix strips. Okay, there we go. Now let me just see if I can get this. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see if I can do it this way. There we go. I'm going to do it with my fingers. And I'm just going to put it on like this. There's one. Actually, I should have put it on with dimensionals. But that's all right. Okay. Look at how cute this is. This would just be this cutest little card for somebody going to the movies. Maybe somebody's going to have a birthday party at the theater. How cute would that be? The tickets could be inside that. All right, so there's that. Then the next thing I need to do for my little popcorn box is put the glasses on it. How stinking cute is this? So I'm just going to add some adhesive right there and a little bit there and there. And I'm going to bring this in and put this right down like that. How stinking cute is that? And I got a little bit of adhesive here, so let me just take a corner of this and wipe that right off. You have to be careful with red sometimes because red is a oozy-goozy color. It oozes out, it seeps out if you're adding liquid to it. So there, that's much better. Cute, 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 cute. Now, of course, it's time to put this on, but I'm going to just let this rest for a second. Let me see. There's another piece of glue right here. I just saw. Okay. All right. So now, of course, I have to have some shininess to this. So I am going to add, now this we don't sell anymore, but it's basically, it's Crystal Effects. It's Shimmery Crystal Effects. And I'm just going to put this on. And if I'm not happy with the shimmer, I'm going to add some glitter on top of it. And you know how I am, so I'm probably going to have to add some on. Aren't they adorable? The glasses are so cute. Just stinking cute. Okay, so there's that. And actually, I think I'm going to put some on the glasses. I was going to put Wink of Stella. I think I'll put Wink of Stella on the sneakers, but this is going to have this shimmery. If you have any of this left, you know, you can get shimmer, you can get Crystal Effects in the box stores or even on Amazon probably. I don't know. I think you can. What am I saying? Yeah. All right. So then I'm going to take a Winky. And I'm just going to color my little sneakers. I probably could have colored them cut them out in a different color. I should have maybe done that, but I think that's cute. All right. So yes, I am going to I'm going to add some glitter to the popcorn like that. Stinking cute. Now let me shake the rest of this off. Okay, there's that. Now, I'm going to show you another little trick. While this dries, let me just put this over here so we can get this taken care of. All right, I've showed you that. I've showed you this. Now let me show you this part too. In the stamp sets, in the dies rather, you have the 3 little kernels of corn. And you'll notice it has an insert. So this really shows you the dimension to the kernel of corn. You can see these little lines like that. So what I did was, let me get this out of the way. What I did was I stamped it first. Now, some people probably could cut it out and then go ahead and stamp it. I'm not that accurate. So for me, the better thing for me to do was to stamp it first. So let me just bring this over here. I stamped this first. Then I'm going to take my little kernel of corn and I'm going to bring my little cutter right here. I'm going to put the kernel right on that. And then I'm going to put the little face on first. And I'm going to take a piece of washi tape. I got washi tape on my shirt here. You know the trick about washi tape. You really want to put it on your piece of your clothing and run it, take it off, put it back on, take it off, because when you're using washi tape, it has nice adhesiveness, but you don't want it to tear your paper. So what I did was, let me show you here. So, all right, I stamped my little kernel. I've taken the little face image and I put it on with washi tape. And now I'm going to take the larger die and frame it right on top of the face and just add another piece of washi tape like this. Okay, now that's nice and secure. So when we run it through, let's look at this. Let's see how this comes out. Let me get this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. And we'll take this off. Move that. We'll take this off very carefully. I'll take that off. Now, the very careful part is taking it off your die because, again, you don't want it to tear your paper. So this comes off. And this lifts off very nicely. And then look at how stinking cute that is. Look, oops, sorry. Look at how cute that is. Isn't that adorable? That little face, that little popcorn kernel. All right, so let me move this over here. And let's bring this in. And now let me show you what I've done. All right, where is the card base? Here it is. All right. So this, again, is a card for my granddaughter. So that's the wrong one. What did I do with it? It's right here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, for goodness sakes. That's not it. That's a baseball card that I'm working on for somebody else. But wait a minute. What the heck did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Got it. Okay, here it is. If you have a stamper, it makes cutting blanks first and then stamping them super easy. Yes, I could have done that, Leslie. You're absolutely right. I should have thought of that too. Yeah, that's a good idea. Great idea. Thank you for sharing. All right, so this is the inside. This is my base. So what I did was, this is for my granddaughter. So I took the little kernels of corn. Oh, for goodness sakes. The kernels of corn, and I put them on with snail. I added a little tail to make it look like they're balloons. And of course, I had to add some money in here. And then I wrote happy birthday. So now it's time to pop this on here. Now, I normally should have done it the other way, but that's okay. All right, so now I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something that I hardly ever do. Because I know that this piece of white cardstock is 1/8 of an inch smaller on all sides, I'm just going to put my adhesive on the middle of this. Now, I don't recommend this because typically I would get adhesive on the outside perimeter, and then I'd have to take my adhesive remover and go ahead and remove it, but that's okay. You're all veteran stampers. You know how we do these things. Of course, I should have put this on here first. Oh, well. All right, so now I'm going to put this on like this. How stinking cute is this? This is so sweet. Look at that. There we go. Oh, my God. Now, let me bring this in and do the same thing. Because I should have put it on. I don't know why I didn't put it on first, but there we go. All right, now let me bring this in and put this on like this. Now, don't tell anybody that I did that. Oh, well. All right, look at how cute this is. Isn't that cute? And then when you open it up, happy birthday. Oops, I got my finger caught in the, oh, it's okay. And a little gift pocket with some money in it. How cute is that? So that, my friends, is this super cute, adorable Pop and Buy stamp set with the with the dies that go with it. It's so adorable. I just absolutely love it. So this is what we're going to be doing for next week. Let me find my Christmas card again. It's right here. We're going to be doing season's greetings, and if you're coming, please let me know how many of these you want, and yeah, I'll get those prepped for you. And then this one, how stinking cute is that? I absolutely love it. It just makes me laugh. Look at the expressions on these little guys' faces, and the fact that on the inside I use the die so that it really does give it a little bit more dimension. How cute is that? So that is it, my friends, for this week. It's been fun. I'm having a fun day right now. After I hang up, I've got to go and get ready to pick up our granddaughter in Concord, New Hampshire to come down for the party for tomorrow. And lots of things going on, lots of activities to take place here to get the house ready. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me this Friday. Dawn, welcome again. Thank you so much for joining all of us. And I hope to see you next Friday. We'll have Christmas card number 2 and Christmas in July. And another fun card to make. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. Until next Friday, namaste. Bye.